What if there is a place on Earth where the rules of normal life stop working the moment you arrive? A place wrapped in silence, so deep that sound feels distant, even when the wind is screaming across the ice. Here, the sun disappears for months at a time. The sky turns black and stays that way long enough for people to lose track of time itself. Days do not arrive, nights do not end. Only darkness, stretching forward without warning or pause. And still, people live here. Not in passing, not as visitors. They build homes here. They work here. They wake up here. But there are rules that make no sense until you stand on this frozen ground. You are not allowed to be buried here. The earth will not take you. The cold holds everything in place long after life is gone. And no child is born here. Expectant mothers leave before the final weeks, traveling far away from this island of ice to give life elsewhere. Yet, in the middle of all of this, life continues. Cut through this place carefully, and the contradictions become louder. A town where survival depends on preparation, not comfort. Streets that stay almost empty while nature watches every movement. A silence so constant it begins to feel like part of the air itself. So one question remains, heavy and unavoidable. Why would anyone choose to live here? Far above mainland Europe, beyond the forests of Norway, beyond the fishing towns, beyond the last familiar roads, the map begins to empty. Then, in the Arctic Ocean, one name appears. Svalbard, a frozen archipelago, placed almost halfway between Norway and the North Pole. It belongs to Norway, but the moment you see it from above, it no longer feels like Europe. It feels like the last hard edge of the living world. From the air, the land looks unfinished. Above it, the sky stays heavy. The wind moves without interruption. Then the scene shifts. A plane lifts from the runway, not for arrival, but for departure. Another life leaving the island for the final time. A beginning. Some people feel the weight of isolation more sharply during this time, when the world outside offers no visual relief. So routines become survival tools. People plan their days carefully. Work continues. Schools remain open. Homes become structured spaces where light is controlled and time is created, not observed. Inside Longyearbyen, life continues against a sky that refuses to change. And yet, there is something even stranger beneath it all. The longer the darkness lasts, the more the human mind learns to accept it. Not easily, but gradually, as if the body is negotiating with the absence of the sun itself. The return of the sun, when light feels like war. After months of darkness, the sky begins to change. It starts slowly, almost unnoticed at first, a faint glow on the horizon, a shift in the color of the snow. Then, one day, the sun returns. But it does not return gently. It rises over Svalbard like something unfamiliar, harsh, intense, unfiltered. People step outside expecting relief, but many pause instead. The brightness feels stronger than expected, as if the world has turned up in volume all at once. Snow reflects the light with an almost painful clarity. But the reaction is not the same for everyone. The human body, adjusted to long darkness, struggles to adapt quickly. Sleep cycles shift again. Minds that adapted to stillness now face overstimulation from constant daylight returning all at once. The light is not soft comfort here. It is overwhelming presence. Children run into open spaces. Adults stand still longer than expected, simply watching the sky, as if confirming it is real again. The entire town reacts like a system, restarting after being shut down for too long. And beneath the celebration, there is something quieter, a slow realization that balance in Svalbard is never gentle. It shifts in extremes. Darkness that lasts too long, light that arrives too strong, nothing in between. And just as the sun becomes familiar again, another thought begins to settle. The cycle is already turning back toward the long night. Polar bear reality. You are not the top of the food chain. In Svalbard, the boundary between settlement and wilderness is never absolute. There are no invisible lines that nature respects, only distance, and sometimes none at all. A walk outside Longyearbyen is never just a walk. It is a reminder that this land is shared with something far older, far stronger, and far less predictable. Polar bears move through this environment as they always have, quietly, without urgency, as if the land belongs to them first, and everything else is temporary. Warnings appear before you even leave town, signs posted at the edges of settlements, rules that are not suggestions, but survival instructions. Outside homes, preparation is constant. Firearms are not symbols of aggression here, but tools of protection. Anyone stepping beyond the safety of buildings understands that responsibility changes the moment the door closes behind them. Because encounters do happen, not often. silence of Svalbard. A place people would only pass through. Too cold, too isolated, too extreme to remain for long. But people stay, not because it is easy, and not because it offers comfort, but because life here carries a different kind of meaning. Above the mountains, the aurora moves across the sky in quiet motion, green and pale light shifting through darkness, as if the atmosphere itself is breathing. Below it, the town rests in stillness, lit by a soft glow from scattered windows. Inside those homes, life continues in familiar ways. Meals are cooked, conversations unfold, days are shaped by routine, even when the world outside feels anything but routine. Some come here for science, others for work that cannot be done anywhere else. Some arrive seeking distance from everything familiar, drawn to isolation that feels clear rather than chaotic. But over time, something changes. The landscape stops feeling empty. It starts feeling present. And in that presence, people find something they did not expect to find at the edge of the Arctic. Not just survival, but belonging. Svalbard is not to rules shaped by survival. They stay in a place where the edge of the world feels close enough to see every day. Because Svalbard is also a reflection of something larger. How far humans will go to exist anywhere on this planet, even at its most extreme edge. The drone pulls away slowly now. The lights of Longyearbyen shrink into the Arctic night. Mountains fade. The horizon disappears. Only silence and moving sky remain. Then even that begins to dissolve. If you want more hidden worlds like this, subscribe now and tell us, would you survive in Svalbard?